Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good early ass morning. Good morning, you guys. Enlightenment and Awareness Academy teachers and students and everyone else that's watching. Let me put this on here. So this morning I got up very early in the morning. Never start bath water when you're distracted, okay? Because let me tell you what happened. I was distracted. I was like, oh, I'll look at Facebook a little while my water's running. The next thing you know, I start hearing something that sounds like it's creeping. I get up. My whole bathroom floor is like flooded and out into the hallway. I'm like, oh, shit. No. And what I had gotten stuck on, I was going through some of my Facebook memories. And then I was also looking at my timeline this morning. And you guys know that's where I get a lot of my topics. And what I saw was there are some people, not everyone, there are a lot of people that are in great places in their life. And this video may not be for you. Okay, this video is for people that are having a hard time choosing them. Okay, this is what people are having a hard time. People that are having a hard time doing that, having a hard time choosing them. Okay. Good morning, Janie. Hey, Francisca. Oh my God, I haven't seen you forever. Hey, if you a boss, then stand up. Okay. So this is what I would like for you guys to do. Hey, Holly Lynn. Hey, Kyle. I want you guys to choose you. The affirmation is, I choose me. That is the affirmation. Hold on a second. Like, did I post this in my group? Hold on. Because I'm trying to share it. Make sure. Am I in the right place? Yeah, I'm in the right place. All right. So here we go. Good morning, Michael. There are some people on the timeline that are having a hard time choosing them. And this is how you know if you're having a hard time choosing you. Hey, DK. A lot of us are going through a journey, okay, on our own personal life experience when it comes to relationships with people. So when you hear me say relationship, what Tina is talking about is with family, friends, co-workers, or a romantic mate. Okay. And one of the let me go back over here because I want to go to the Facebook memory that prompted this. And I remember what I was going through at the time. And this is what and then I also watched I also did a Facebook Live. I didn't watch all of it. Back then, I was trying various different methods. Some people were like, Tina, you wake up and you're in your robe and you're in your bed. You didn't comb your hair. You ain't got no makeup on. Hey, Anita, good morning. Oh, you ain't got to do this and that. So I decided, I looked at a couple of other readers, and they were just doing their cards and all you could see is their background and their hands. So in that particular video for a whole freaking 45 minutes, that's like all you saw was like my hands and the cards. The purpose for doing that is so that you are not distracted by me and me making my facial expressions and seeing my face with no makeup or no hair or hair done or not done, feeling sexy, not feeling sexy. You just seeing your hands. But I've never been that person. I did a poll and said, hey, do you guys, y'all want to see my hands and see the cards? Or do you care if you see my face? Like, everybody was like, no, we want to see you. We want to see you. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Cinnamon. I said, okay, fine. And, I'm not going to feel bad because sometimes you got to do things in the moment and not care what people think. Oh my God. What, Tina? You want me to not care what people think? Hell yes. I want you to not care what people think. So this is what I read on my Facebook. The video that I did was very eye-opening because when I did the reading at the time, I was going through so much stuff. Good morning, Melissa. I was going through so much stuff. And what I was going through was during that time, I was going back and forth in a romantic relationship. I was also going back and forth being friends with someone. And it was hard for me to create boundaries because I had been friends with that person for over 15 years. And then, good morning, Ricardo. And then I had been in that relationship, for a couple of years. And it was just hard to let go. So I have something here that I wrote on my Facebook, and it says, something it took me a while to learn. Loyal people should stick with loyal people because disloyal people stick with disloyal people. When you put a loyal person with a disloyal person, the disloyal person will cause emotional turmoil. Will cause emotional turmoil every time. They will think they did nothing wrong until karma works and it comes back to them. Now you see. And I put shaking my head. And this was dated November the 26th, 2018. Not that long ago. That was like one year ago. Let me put this on silent. 1 year ago. Now I'm going to tell you what I was going through when I wrote that. I was going through some pain. I was having some moments where I was realizing that the people that were in my life were choosing them and they weren't choosing me. And then I was chasing after them. I know you saying, Tina, that don't make no damn sense. Tina, you read cards, you read energy, you give great advice, you tell people lots of great things, and you mean to tell me that you were stuck in a friendship and you were stuck in a romantic relationship where you was not appreciated? Good morning, Tony. You were stuck. You said you need a wire hanger and a flathead screwdriver. Okay, I'll give you a call in just a couple minutes, okay? And I was stuck in a relationship, in a friendship, that it was hard for me to let go because I had been with them for so long, right? Now, what prompted me to share this with you guys, because I share a lot of my vulnerable moments. I'm a human being just like everybody else, okay? I'm a human being just like everybody else. But what prompted me to share this part is there was a meme that came up. I'm gonna have to scroll through and find it because I want to say it exactly as it was, and I think I posted it in the group. But what it similarly said, until I find it, okay, what it similarly said was basically, don't get so used to being in a bad situation that you can't recognize the good anymore. Like you've been stuck in the same uncomfortable, unloving feeling and chasing after people that are not chasing after you, trying to show them and seek approval from someone that is not going to change their perception of you, right? You're chasing them and they're not chasing you. And it's hard to understand that people can't see what a wonderful, good person that you are when it's like, have you ever had where everybody in the fucking world can see how great you are? Except for this one person or this second person or this third person. I see you with the hearts because of that part. All of that. And you waste. Good morning, Cedric. You waste and end up spending so much time and energy trying to convince somebody and have them change their mind to see that you are a great, amazing person that is worthy of love, and you feel like that's worthy of their love and that they deserve love, but they can't see love and they don't deserve love from you because they're not putting into you. Okay, they're not putting into you what you are putting into them, and they don't want to change, but because they know you are going to chase them, they feel entitled and they don't have to do anything to appease you. You make everything easy for them. Now, the second part of that, I seen the first part of Melissa's part. I'm going to come back and read you guys' comments. She said, until you're gone. That's the other part. That's what I posted. And some of us that are healers and that are empaths, here where we go wrong. We love people. We pour into the people. And then when we finally say, I give 0 fucks and I'm snatching my energy back and I'm taking my energy back, I'm taking my power back, now you mad. You're not mad because I'm taking my power back. You're mad because you've been letting me use you this whole time. What you want to change that up for now? You've been letting me use you. You've been chasing after me. You've been trying to prove yourself to me. What you want to stop that for now? Why are you trying to create this boundary that says, if you can't love me in my way, and if you're not willing to learn and grow with me, your ass is out of there? Why are you creating this boundary? You done had this with me for 15 years, Tina. Tina, you've been in a romantic relationship with me for 2 years, and you've been putting up with it. You've been putting up with, I don't want to go out with you. I want to go out with my friends. I don't want to come home to you. I want to go be single in these streets and do what I want. And when I come home, I want you to be there for me. I'm sorry that you're sad that I told you I was going to take you on a date at 7 p.m. and didn't come home till the next day. And I'm unapologetic. I went and got drunk with my friends. That's the kind of stuff right there. Where you have to learn to choose you because they are choosing them. Now, I do realize this is a hurtful experience. And it is a challenging experience to get through. So I'm going to give some tips, but I'm going to read the comments that you guys have. Melissa says, right on, I don't care what people think. Natasha says, girl, tell me that again and good morning. Melissa says, I know where you're coming from. Melissa says, I feel you, babe. Gail says, I get you totally. Melissa says, me too. DK says, real talk. Melissa says, until you're gone. And when you get with someone else, then they be trying to come back. I feel you, girl. That. And you know what? I used to block people. Some people are still blocked. But I went back and started unblocking people from my phone and started unblocking people from my Facebook that I was previously in relationships with. Because I kept hearing this thing say, let them watch. Because they going to find a way. I've had people create whole other different pages to see what's going on with me. You're not even with me no more. But you still care about what I do. But you wasn't caring about and checking on my page when I was with you. So I decided I'm not going to block them. I'm going to let them watch. They can watch my growth. Okay. And maybe they will grow from it too, or they will learn, damn, next time I come across someone like Tina, I might not want to fuck it up. All right. So Tony says, people stay with their spouses for a long time, way after the love is gone, and crying. And cry saying they don't know why, when if you really sit down and look back on the relationship, you'll realize it was dead more in the beginning than in the middle and the end. Amen, Tony, you are so 100% right, because I did just that. For those of you that have been in Enlightenment and Awareness Academy, and those of you that have taken my classes, know one of the projects that we do is we create a timeline of the relationships, and we list down all the good qualities about that person, the challenging qualities, and then I do the same thing for myself. The good qualities I had in the relationship, the challenging qualities that I had according to that person, right? And then you go back and you look at all the people All right, you go back and you look at all the people and say, what do these people have in common besides me? And then you begin to see your pattern. For me, it was choosing people that, by most people's definition, my definition, people that cheat. In other words, they hide the truth from you, do things behind your back that you are unaware of, and then they don't tell you and you find out. So to me, that's my definition of cheating. And until I research it and find a better one, because I had somebody say, you need to look up the definition of cheat. That's not cheat. Them going out with somebody without your knowledge is not cheating. Because if you have a feeling that they're cheating, then it's not cheating, because now you know. I want to slap the shit out of that person. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And I said, okay, I understand that makes sense in your world, but to me, if I don't know they're cheating, and I might have a feeling, but I don't have concrete evidence and facts, then that means I have to trust myself. No, on the other end of that spectrum is people say, well, Tina, you got to trust yourself on a feeling. You're right. But I'm going to tell you what makes that hard. And this is just being honest. I'm going to tell you what makes that hard. A lot of people may have the feeling that somebody is doing something deceitful and or disloyal behind their back, and some people don't want to investigate it, and some people do. Okay, that's the hard part. The hardest part is, my mom used to say, when you feel something, this is what she would say: if you go looking for it, you will find it. When you find it, what are you going to do? If you're going to go look for something and know that there's going to be a great chance that you find something, but you're not going to do nothing about it. In other words, you're not going to create no boundary. You're not going to leave. You're not going to cut them off. Then just deal with your misery. But if you're going to find it so that you can be at peace with yourself, so you can move forward with your life, then do it. The problem is, it's hard to accept in a cheating situation. I'm just being real. It's hard to accept that somebody is choosing somebody else behind your back. And I'm not just talking about romantic partners. I'm talking about friendships too. I'm talking about family choosing other people over you. I'm talking about co-workers choosing other people over you. So in this instance, you have to choose yourself, right? Tony says you allowed it. And Tony is correct. You did allow it in that instance. So that's why I went back and did my timeline. And when I went back and did my timeline, I realized, Tina, when you went back to the beginning, just like Tony said, which Tony is my forensic psychologist, okay? He's going to be teaching us some stuff. I talked to some people yesterday. I'm going to take his suggestion. We're going to go live in the group. You go back to, okay, the beginning. What were the signs that you saw, Tina? Well, he wasn't answering my phone calls at certain times. He didn't want me coming up by his business, unexpected. He would tell me, oh, I'm going to come, and then at the last minute not show up or call and say, oh, something came up. But I kept chasing him. That was in a romantic relationship, and in the friendship, that they weren't really giving me what I needed. They weren't giving me what I needed. And they weren't being loyal to me. They were doing things behind my back. And when I brought it to their attention, they wouldn't stop hurting me. That's the hard part, is accepting, damn, I see this person is hurting me, but I want to give them a chance because I know they're a good person deep down. And it's not that they're not a good person. They're just not the person for you. Okay? So, Tony says, I know I did, even when I knew she was cheating, all because I felt invested. Everybody, that is some of the realest shit ever. Melissa says, me too, girl. I unblocked them to, yes, let them watch. DK says, don't allow them back in that space. That space is meant for the real, not for real. Gotcha. That's absolutely correct. Tony says, saying goodbye isn't so easy when you have homes, multiple properties, assets, 7.5 years, and I had to wait when the relationship died 2 years in. Tony says, trusting yourself isn't the issue when you don't trust them. Good morning, Bernetta. Melissa said, girl, I feel you talk. So this part. So now that we shared all of our vulnerabilities out here. Okay. Oh, we got one more message, and then we're gonna move on to some tips for those of you that are having a hard time. But give you some tips and some ways how to get through the situation. And here in Enlightenment and Awareness Academy, teachers and students, I want you guys, just like you're doing, to be interactive, and I want you to help, like, give suggestions of how you got through the experience, because the way that Tina that was a daily word popped in, and it was titled Move Forward. Okay. Good morning, Donnie. So for those of you that want to share how you got through your experience, on a note, did you cry? Did you sing? Did you dance? Did you go to church? What did you do to get through that experience before you fully 100% vested and chose you? Did you get with another person to help you through that romantically? Did you find a new friend? Did you start being around new people? Did you travel? What did you do to get you through that experience? Because I think that is the most important piece, is we like to share what happened, and we create this bond, just like I've created a bond with you that have had a similar experience with me. Now that we've bonded, what are you going to do about it, right? And how are you going to go through your process? And everybody's process is different. So I'm going to share some things with you. I'm going to read it. Gail says, I love it. That's what I normally ask people who I talk to. What do you want? Because it doesn't help to complain about knowing what you really desire. What you want will help you take action after you find the truth. So if it's just to justify the complaints, it's of no use. And that's the part. See, I knew you was cheating. See, I knew you was drinking all my coffee. See, I knew you was stealing my room and doing massages. See, I know I was right. Okay, now that you're right, like Gail said, what's the next step? She said, yeah, they're good people, but not just for you. Boom. DK says, I walked away from a home, car, and even kids that I love with everything because I had to love me. She sucked the life out of me. I was existing, not living. Oh, amen. What? And I'm going to say that's the first step, is realizing that you do exist and that you are worthy. Melissa says, I prayed my way through it and I found new love. Amen, Melissa. Hey, Robert. Good morning. Good morning. So here's some of the tips that I have, okay, that helped me back then, that are still helping me now. And I still go through experiences of releasing people as well that I've had an attachment to before. Some of these ways are just regular old people way, and some of these ways are metaphysical healing ways. Okay, so you choose what is best for you to get through any experience, okay? Any experience where someone wants you to choose something other than yourself. Okay? That part. So here we go. 1, like was already said by DK, realize you do exist. Okay? Number 2, be honest with yourself. When you become honest with yourself, number 3, you will realize that you are no longer a victim. A victim is a person who is no longer in control of their circumstances. But once you take that responsibility, like Gail stated, and you realize you've done your research, as Tony would say, you've done your research, you've done your forensic psychology, you looked at the dynamic of the relationship, you looked at the person, you looked at yourself, you've got all your facts, you got all your shit together, right? Now it's time to take responsibility and say, you know what? I am no longer a victim, because now that I have all this evidence, now that I have everything, I'm no longer a victim. Now, here's where I become a victim. I become a victim if I got all this information, all this knowledge, all this wisdom, all these facts, all of this evidence, and then I stay in it. Then I go cry over to Sally Sue and see Sally Sue. And Sally Sue the first time goes, girl, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hope it worked. And then after time number 15, Sally like, girl, damn, when is you gonna leave? Like, clearly after time 15, he's not gonna change. Tony says, I matter. Exactly. Okay, so let's take that power, that power away from the other person of being their victim when we're in a situation where we have a choice. If you are not happy, okay, if you're not happy, some people like, when I ask people, give me your definition of love. Good morning, Angie. When I ask people to give your definition of love, okay, some people have to think about it and say, and they think, and I let them think. And I say, you do realize, like, the longer you think about it, this is the energy that you're putting out. And the energy you're putting out right now is, I don't know what love is. And then so you're drawing in experiences of you don't know what love is. And because you don't know what love is, you don't know what kind of feeling you deserve to have and you should have. So you're either going to have to get with somebody that's going to teach you how to love, or you're going to have to learn what love is for you. Anybody that has taken a class from me, got a reading, or if you watch my videos, you know the very first thing I say to you guys frequently is, what is your definition of love? Describe it. Tony says love is peace. Ooh, amen. And it should be. It should not be hard. Everybody like, love is hard. You gotta love. I love hard. When you with me, I love hard, man. I love hard. I'm hard. I love hard. You know, I'm hard. But what you're really saying is, because the word hard means I have not yet obtained the skill. What you're saying is, for love, I have not yet obtained the skill, but I'm going to keep going until I figure it out with the wrong damn person. I'm going to pour all this energy into them, and it ain't going to mean shit. Me staying with somebody for 7 years because I want to go hard and prove to them, before I leave you, I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to embarrass myself. I'm going to crawl on the floor. I'm going to beg for you to stay. I'm going to wait while you still out cheating with other people. I'm going to sit there, best friend, ex-best friend, while you choosing other people over me that you only known 6 months and you know me 20 years. Oh, I'm going to sit here because I'm going to show you what a good person, because when I leave, I want you to feel it. Guess what? Them motherfuckers don't feel that shit. They do not care. They are narcissistic. They only care about themselves. All they care about is feeding off of your energy. And guess what? When you leave, they going to replace you with another person that they going to suck the life out of. So why are you going hard and not obtaining the skill? I go hard. No, you're making a fool of yourself, Tina. And those of you that can relate. Tony says, stop cursing at me, Tina. I'm not cursing at you. God says, and for me, love is freedom. And that's what it should be. If you want to gauge how you're feeling, walk into your home. Have you ever said, I don't want to go home? Oh, it's a couple people that I don't want to go home. I have literally sat in my car in the parking lot for an hour going through my phone because I didn't want to go in my house. It's too many bad memories. It was too much heartache. It was too hard to walk in that house and know that I was going to be by myself because I finally severed the relationship, my romantic relationship. It was hard because when I was going through something and my best friend that I used to call and talk to every day, 7 hours a day, I no longer had access to. I felt alone, even though I had everybody on Facebook. I had real friends in real life. I had family that loved me. I had coworkers that loved me. But when you don't have that one person in your life, it doesn't matter how much everybody else loves you because you just want that one person. And it's hard for people that don't feel that way to understand that. Melissa says, love, peace, joy. I say that all the time. Love, peace, joy, and happiness. Melissa says, yes, I used to say that. So you're looking at me and you're saying, but Tina, you're so positive. You're so great. You have all this knowledge. You have all that. You mean sometimes you would come home and you didn't even want to go into your house? Yeah, I didn't want to go in my house because that shit was fucking lonely. It was fucking lonely. Nobody want to go in their house by themselves. I don't give a damn what you say. I'm good with being by myself. There's a lot of people that say that, and I'm going to say there's a lot of people that say that they're good with being single, and that's more than likely, that's probably the truth. But then when I would speak to them and I would get down to the heart of it, what they were really saying was, I'm afraid to put myself out there to be loved again and create a new standard of love and create boundaries so that I will not be hurt. But then I will also be open and vulnerable and loving enough to allow somebody to come into my life. Because if I hand over all of this great love and emotion again and a motherfucker hurt me, I may have to kill their ass. And when we say that, we don't mean literally kill. It's just an expression like that's how passionate you feel that you do not want to be hurt again by the wrong person. Then you start attacking everybody else. Or you go to the movies, Tina, and you see everybody booed up. I don't want to go to the damn movies no more, especially around the holidays, because everybody's booed up except me. But let me tell you what I did for myself. I started saying, Tina, what do you love to do? What do you love to do, Tina? And I'm going to read y'all comments. Tina, what do you love to do? I love to be creative. I love doing my readings. I love painting. I like to dance when nobody's watching. I love to sing in my sour voice. I like to walk outside when it's beautiful. I love to travel. I like driving in the car. Sometimes just get in and just go. Just drive. What does Tina love? Somebody asked me, Tina, you said one time in one of your videos that if the man you get with does not love the beach, even if he fit every criteria, you said that you would get rid of him. I said, you absolutely fucking right. They said, Tina, hashtag that's petty. If he's meeting every other requirement in your life and he don't like the beach, Tina, you gonna let him go. Yes. Because in the past, I was with men and people that did not like the beach and they didn't want to go to the beach. So I didn't go. And then I actually went on a date with a guy. We went to the beach and his ass had on pants, long socks, slides, a long sleeve shirt, and put a towel over his head as we walked to the beach in beautiful 80-something degree weather. And I said, aren't you going to put on your swim trunks? He said, oh, no, I don't like the ocean. I don't get excited about the ocean like that, like you do. But you go ahead. You go enjoy. I'm going to sit right over here. And he sat there on his phone. I'm telling y'all some real shit. He sat there on his phone while I went to the ocean by myself and sat there on the beach by myself. I even said, you know what? I understand you don't like the beach, and I understand that that's not, that, but can you do this right here for me? Can you take your shoes off, and can we at least walk along the beach line and let the water just hit our feet? Can I hold your hands like I see in the TV on the picture? I've never done that with it. I'm 48 years old, and I've never walked on the beach with a man. 48 years old, I've never walked on the beach with a man. Not like how I've envisioned. We might have walked at the same damn time, but it wasn't in love like how I envisioned. You know what? That was one of the most loneliest fucking agitating moments of my life. The next day when I got up, I didn't even ask him to go to the beach. I went to the beach by myself. And did I enjoy it? I did. But the other part of me was sad because I'm like, I'm out here a whole fucking weekend on a beach and I can't even enjoy it and create beautiful moments with this man because he don't like the water. I don't know about y'all, and I don't know if y'all know this, and I know this video going long. I do not apologize, but I don't know if y'all know this, but I was born and raised in Hawaii. So I was born and raised around the water. So even though I've been here in Texas for over 40 years, I still have a connection to the water. Sometimes I throw sea salt in my bath to recreate that sea salt water feeling because I have a connection to the water. And anytime I go to the beach, I cry like a fucking baby. I cry because I have that connection. I miss that. I miss that cleansing, that purity, that moment. And so for me to make a choice to be with somebody that is not as passionate about the beach as me, I'm going to have a portion of my life in misery. I ain't doing it. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. If you don't like the beach and you force yourself to go to the beach with me and I feel that it's forced and you really truly don't like it, your ass is out of there too. You're not finna fuck up my moment like how homeboy did. You're not finna mess my moment up for me. I love the beach. That's my boundary. Do you like to go outside? I went on a date with one guy. We didn't make it past the one date because the first thing he said was, it's hot outside. Oh shit, it's hot outside. I said, oh. He said, oh, I'm sweating. Let's go sit in the car. It's hot outside. I'm sweating. You sweating? Shit. Well, go in the car. He said, well, you gonna come with me? I said, no. I'm gonna go sit under this tree and I'm gonna go paint. You wanna come? That's fine. But don't bring that energy. He came over there while I was painting and stood over me the whole time. Are you done painting yet? I said, look, let me tell you something. If you want to go, you go. I love to paint. And if you don't like to paint, you don't have to paint. But if you want to sit down here with me, you could sit down and you could talk to me. And he sat there the whole time. You want ready for me to go and stop painting. Well, you're painting. You're not listening to me. What? I am listening to you. I'm a kinesthetic learner. Do you know what that is? Yeah, that means that you could be doing multiple things, or sometimes you have to draw and touch stuff while you're listening to learn. Oh, kinesthetically. Oh, okay, so I'm kinesthetically. So I'm listening to you. If you want me to look you directly and give you my attention, now you're taking away from me my moment to enjoy my painting when you don't even like damn painting and you just want me to put all my attention on you when I done told you I'm coming to the park to paint. And you don't want to paint. I've become comfortable with going to the park and painting for myself. Maybe I'll be sitting at the park painting one day and a man that likes painting in the park will come and say, damn, you paint in the park too. Shit. Let me read these comments because I'm... Tony says, used to say that all the time. I felt loving hard meant giving myself over and being as transparent as possible to gain that woman's trust. So many men who fuck over women make it hard for men with good intentions. And from a woman's perspective, how does a genuine guy be himself without being similar to a dog in her past that used some of my personality trait, then turned evil? You know what? One thing that I have been very fair at doing, the to the best of my ability, is not holding someone hostage to my past. Not holding someone hostage to my past. And I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing. People like, so you just go in and you just let people show you how they are? Yes. If I feel something different is coming from them, I tell them. And they say, no, not Tina, no. That's another thing. I'm not going to let you make me feel crazy no more. I had one gentleman, I said, why are you in my box? Oh, I just want to get to know you, just in a platonic way. I said, no, I can feel your energy. I feel like you want to fuck me. Oh my God, Tina, no, I don't. I'll delete my friend request. I don't want you thinking that and all the. I said, no, I'm telling you, that's what you want. I can feel it. No, that's not what. One thing I had to, and see, this is why one reason why it's challenging for me to date is because sometimes that energy where I've had the experience already will come forward, and I feel it and I see it. This is not me holding them hostage to the past, but this is me giving them an opportunity to just be real. If you want to fuck me and I call you on it and I say, do you want to fuck me? Because women now, we're a little bit different from back in 1922. Okay, we know what we want. If you tell us you want to give us some dick, I might be like, you know what? I want some dick too. But guess what? If I give you some of this pussy, guess what I'm not finna do? I'm not finna take time to get to know you. I don't want to, because this is what you really want. If you really want to take time to get to know me, you might want to get to know me first before you try to jump in my pussy. I said it. I said the word pussy. I did. I like that word. It's very empowering to me. So if I can tell usually if a man is really interested, or if he just, so fast forward, later on it was revealed, oh my God, he wanted to have sex with me. Oh, I'm so surprised. I am not surprised. I said, so now that the truth is out and this is what you want, what you want to do? You want to have this experience? Let's have it. He had some things going on in his life, and I seen it. I said, oh, so what's gonna happen if you do this situation? What's gonna happen if you do this situation? Are you gonna leave this situation alone, or you gonna go back? I'm gonna leave that alone. Guess what? He ain't leaving alone. I'm gonna go back to what I started with, where I did that piece where it said loyal people need to be around loyal people, and disloyal people need to be around disloyal people. That part right there. I'm like, oh, so you disloyal to yourself. I created a boundary for you. You broke the boundary for me. When I saw that, immediately I said, once I get out of this hotel room, because I did go and get me some dick. Okay. Once I get out this hotel room, you out of there. You broke your own boundary. You supposed to be the man with all the discipline. You telling me you the man with all this discipline. I give you 2 things to do. Make sure these 2 things do not happen. And it was the first thing you did. Could I have stopped it? Yeah. But did I want it? I did want it. I ain't gonna lie. I did want it. But I was testing to see if you are as disciplined as you say you are. I already knew you wasn't, but sometimes you like to test that theory. Have you ever done that? You just want to test that theory? I've tested that theory. Melissa says, yes, I hear you, sweetheart. Guile says, I love that example. Really, even at work, meeting others. How do you feel when you go somewhere? And home, it's really where you have to get that deep breath inside, being grateful to finally be home. Melissa says, yes, that's what I used to do too, boo. She says, girl, you sound like me, Tina. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show y'all. My little place. Okay, it's y'all going to, let me see. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I did cook last night, but I'm gonna show you my little place that I created for me that I am now happy to come home to, because you got to create an environment. So this is my little kitchen. Okay, remember I told you I made a mess this morning with my water, so I had my laundry door open. But this is my little kitchen. I'm like, I had to do some things to myself, for myself, I had to get, those are my cookbooks over there. I've only cracked them open a couple times. So I'm like, Tina, you have a passion for cooking. So Tina, start cooking again. So that's what I did last night. That's where my dishes are from last night. No, I don't clean as I go. My husband might like to clean as he go, but I don't. Okay. And so this is my kitchen. I started creating what I want. I started buying what I want. I love eating Tostito bite-sized chips with salsa and making homemade guacamole. Okay? So when I come out of my kitchen, I've rearranged. This is what should be the dining room. This is what should be the dining room, okay? But I was like, you know what? I don't use my living room like regular people do. I live here by myself. Let me make myself happy. So I brought my couch. It looked like a couch, but it's really a love seat. That's just how big that furniture is. My big old comfy couch, and my feet hang off because I'm short. So I put my couch in here. I went to Ross and got that, and I got these two pieces, Hindu pieces of fabric that came from a blanket. Got these pieces at the state fair. And then I moved my bookshelf and put my bookshelf over here because I love to read. I love to study. I'm addicted to books. If y'all ever want to give me a gift card, Half Price Bookstore. Barnes & Noble is cool, but Half Price Bookstore is where it is. I can get more books. I decided to put up a picture of my grandmother because she is my inspiration. She helps me. I love watching TV. So I got my TV in here. I got rid of, I had a shit ton of DVDs. I got rid of a whole bunch of them, but I kept the ones that were good. So if you want to see what type of stuff I look, I got stuff from Breaking, old school Breaking, to Bridesmaids, The Joy of Luck Club. I watched that. I keep that movie because my mother watched that with me and my sisters. The Sopranos, Big Love, all kind of different. I watch so much different stuff. And then I have all my workout stuff down here. I didn't have a space to do my workout stuff. So I created a place that I'm still organizing so y'all don't judge. But then I created this corner over here with my grandmother and my grandfather. And I got all my reading. So I have a nice little cozy thing. I still got my mirror here so I can check myself out. My robe, I'm feeling nice and cozy this morning, And then when I come out into the hallway, okay, this is the first thing you see when you come into my house. I have my armoire here with all the things that are important to me. I love Asian culture, okay? I have my little thing that reminds me that I can do it. Someone gave me this. Thank you, Tony, for my bamboo plant. It's still living. I didn't kill it. And I have my sandalwood fans for it. So from time to time when I need some aromatherapy, I just walk by, I pick this up, and I fan it, and I get the nice scents of the sandalwood, right? I'm in the process of washing my clothes, so I put my clothes over here, okay? But I have my massage table. This is my creative space. I had to create something I want to come home to, okay? So I have my things up on the wall. When my clients come, and my new clients have come since I've rearranged, and they're like, oh my God, Tina, I love what you have done with the space. I used to teach myself how to play piano. I took a couple classes, and when I find my book, I'm going to go back to teaching myself how to play the keyboard. But now I have a space to do it. I have my little comfy corner over there. I have paintings that I'm going to put up. I have my table. I was doing readings last night. So I have all of my massage stuff. I'm still moving. But I got all my massage stuff. I got my herbs over there, my crystals and stone and jewelry where I create everything. And then I have my metaphysical. These are all my metaphysical books, my relationship books. A lot of these books I've either touched or read during the process. And then I have all my oracle cards up there on the top. I had to create what I like. See that right there? I tore up my wall trying to get that big ass couch in here. Okay. Then I have on the back of my door, I have reminders. So whenever I walk out of my bedroom, okay, this is the first thing I see in the morning. When I wake up, this is the first thing I see. She designed a life that she loved. And the next thing I see is the best things in life aren't things. Wonder Woman is one of my favorite. Ever since I was a little girl, she my favorite, right? And I have my little reminder here, dream big. And you see where she's at? She's on the beach. I'm sorry, my bad. I had a flashback. On the beach. I love to paint. I go to the sipping paints now, you know. And then I have things that are important to remind me, Tina, let go. How to let go. I have affirmations, speak life. I used to say this every morning when I was going through my hardship. I sat down one day and wrote what type of woman I want to be. I'm a virtuous woman of God who strives to be perfect, as good as possible in the way of kindness, compassion, ever listening, and giving to others in the way of charity. I wrote all of this. Of the type of woman that I want to be. And the type of woman I want people to recognize me to be. Having a man that can be sexy enough to pray for me and not be afraid. Me pray for the man that I'm with. And then I have over here these memories. So whenever I walk through the door, when I open the door and I'm coming home, this is the first thing that I see. Some queens are once in a lifetime of women. There are just no upgrading after that. Remember that, fellas? So when I meet a guy, I ask them, do I look like a once in a lifetime woman or do I look like a side piece? And if they look and they start laughing or they say anything like that, guess what? They out of there. But if they say, oh, you look like a lifetime woman, they might have a little bit of chance. Okay. And then DK says, I love to help others in need. I love to write. Exactly. Tony says, I love the beach. I love the beach too. Bernetta says, I'm relearning what I like. Melissa says, you can't hold the past to others. Absolutely. Tony responds, Melissa says, I'm not, what he said? I can't understand what he said on that one. But Bernetta says, I don't see none of these comments. Oh, you don't see the comments? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Bernetta. So you guys, I know I've been long-winded this morning, very long-winded. But sometimes you have to go with the flow. The part of this video that you came on, it apparently is for you. The part that you watched, even if it was 1 minute, 2 minute, what you watched, you may be inspired to go back to the beginning and say, well, what started this? Where does this come from? This came from choosing me. I am choosing me. I want you to choose you. If something doesn't feel good, good morning, Coach Lawrence. If something does not feel good to you, it's not love. It's that simple. If people are not choosing you, why are you choosing and chasing them? You don't have to do that. If you're having a hard time doing it, it's okay. Get somebody you can confide in that understands your struggle through that and can be supportive of you, not a hindrance. but be supportive of you, that you can call and say, you know what? I know I said I'm trying to leave this mud, but I called him today. But I realized I called him or her, and now I'm ready to just move forward. I made a mistake. I'm not going to beat myself up. And then after I made the call, I said, Tina, why you make the call? Well, I made the call because I'm realizing I'm having a hard time accepting the fact that somebody I was choosing was not choosing me. And they don't even care to call me, check up on me, come by, see anything, say fuck you, goodbye, nothing. That's hard to accept. Then I say, well, what is worth the energy? Is it worth the energy, Tina, to be chasing this person, to try to figure out the reason why they're not calling you? You know why they're not calling you. They're not calling you because they don't love you, Tina. Not by your standards. You were convenient. So you need to appreciate all the people that are around you that do love you, and those that don't see you as convenient. So breaking away from that, like I said at the beginning of the video, when you're used to being in a certain situation, you have to become uncomfortable with the new feeling of teaching myself what I want and what I love. That's why I'm so animate about some of the things that I love. People get on me all the time and want to create shit for me. Well, Tina, you might be missing out on I said, one more person tell me I'm missing out on a blessing, I'm going to slap them upside their forehead and dot them in the middle of their third eye. I'm not missing out on a blessing if it's something I don't want. If I don't want it, I'm not missing out on no blessing. Stop telling me I'm missing out on a blessing on something I don't want. If you want to settle for something in your life, then you settle. But don't try to make me settle because you didn't get what you want. And if you do have what you want and you telling me that I'm missing out on my blessing, what am I missing? The biggest debate that people have with me, Tina, you say you want somebody tall. Yeah, what's wrong with that? I do want somebody tall. I also want the other things that go with it. I want emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, and sexually, God, for us to be compatible. And if I force myself to be with a man that is short, can I love him and make love to him and all that? Can we be sexually compatible? Probably. Yeah. Could I be happy? Probably 80%. Because the other 20%, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be looking at. That tall man over there, wishing that I was with him. Not going to lower my standards for something I don't feel. I'm going to keep my standards right where they are. Now, if somebody just happens to come along that I'm like, you know what, I don't even care how tall you are. That's different. But don't tell me that I need to lower my standards because I want somebody to be on the beach with me. I'm not finna go be with somebody that don't want to be on a beach. I'm not finna be with somebody that don't like being outside. I went camping for the first time as an adult, and I actually loved it, and I had a great time, and I want to do it again, and I want to share an experience with somebody that ain't afraid to take their ass outside camping. And I want somebody that knows how to dress up and wear a suit, that knows how to be professional and be around various classes of people. I know how to be around everybody. I don't care what your background is. From people that have been in poverty situations to people that are rich. I don't care what your financial status is. As long as you show me respect, we good. Jill said, say that shit again. Don't tell me I'm missing out on a blessing. Don't tell me I'm missing out on. I'm not missing out on no blessing. Probably what has happened is because you missed out on a blessing in your life because you weren't paying attention. Maybe you're saying, Tina, you might miss out on a blessing because I missed one once before, and I don't want you to miss out on a blessing. So, Tina, you probably taking that all wrong. I can understand that. That I can understand. But you telling me that I need to be with somebody, friend, family, co-worker, or romantic partner that is not appealing to me. That's like you saying I'm never gonna find. And I've had people to tell me, Tina, you too old. You ain't gonna never find nobody like you trying to get somebody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect out here in this world. Yes, it is. Is somebody out here perfect just for me? And guess what else they gonna do? They're gonna choose me. You know why? Because finally I am choosing me. Because I am choosing me, they are going to also choose me. And guess what else they're going to do? They are going to choose themselves. And I'm going to choose them because they are choosing themselves. And when both our dynamics come together, I am not going to be codependent on him to make me happy, but he's going to add to my happiness, and it's going to be the same in reverse. He is going to be a great leader because I am a great leader. Great leaders know when to step forward and when to step back. He's going to create a safe space for me. I'm not going to have to feel bad. Is he going to know about my past? He going to have to, because I'm writing a book. So he going to have to be very comfortable. And it's probably going to be some backlash coming from my book because there's lots of shit in there. You know what I'm saying? So that part, Tony says, you look great this morning, by the way, Tina. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Thank you. So create the life you want. That's what I'm doing. I'm preparing for what I want in my life. And I'm not going to let nobody tell me again what I should do. Because I did that. In every relationship I was in, I let other people tell me what to do. Including the person I was with. And now I'm going to choose me. I'm going to choose my happiness, Tina's happiness. I'm going to be happy because don't no man, and I taught myself this all by myself. Don't no man want no woman who ain't happy with herself. And if he does want a woman that's not happy with herself, that doesn't know what love is and doesn't know how to make herself happy, and he doesn't want to teach her, baby, buckle up and get ready for that next unpleasant experience. So you better learn what love is. Hey, good morning, Damon. You better learn. You should say that one more time. I'm just saying. I'm gonna make myself happy. Don't no man want no woman that don't know how to make herself happy. Don't no woman want no man that don't know how to make himself happy. Don't no woman want no woman that don't know how to make herself happy. Don't no man want no man that don't know how to make himself happy. In all areas of relationships, family, friend, co-worker, or romantic partner. Because if you around a friend that is the same sex as you, and they fucking depressed, and you can't get them out of it, and they been that way for 20 years, guess what? They ain't changing. They don't want to change. Choose you. I'ma choose me. Choose you. I'ma choose me. As one of my friends told me when I was going through my heartbreak, she gave me some of the best advice ever. She said, you know, I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo. She said, and I only hunt when I need to. But one thing I ain't gonna hunt is no man. And I ain't chasing nobody or hunting for nobody that ain't hunting and chasing for me. Amen. On that note, my name is Tina Wolf. Bookwithtina.com is my website. And I hope that whoever's watching this video, that you get some inspiration to start choosing you, learning how to love you and choose you. Start doing the things that make you happy in your life. Now, I can't wait to come home. I walk in, I light my candle on the right there in the front of my walkway when I come in. I light my incense. I walk into my creative space. And you know, I never liked sitting on my couch before, but now that I have my study with my TV in it, I love coming in here and just sitting out. Tony says, friends that drag my energy down, always on the down and out. Years later in a similar situation. Exactly. So change you. And you can't change people, but you can change your environment. Okay? Change your environment. Choose you. And if there's something that you're with someone, family, friend, coworker, or romantic mate, and it doesn't match up, don't force it. Don't force it. I love cruising. If you don't like going on the cruise, we're going to have a problem. Just be real with yourself. I don't want to spend the rest of my life not cruising with a man, not going on no beach with no man, not traveling. I don't like cold weather, but I have a feeling like whatever man I'm with, he going to want to go to freaking Alaska. But I'm going to go because I want to share that experience with him. And I love to travel. So I'm love being in that hotel. And we're going to do some things outside and some things we probably won't. Just like when we go to the beach, baby, get in the water with me. But if you don't want to walk up and down this 5 miles, but you're going to walk a little bit, I'll take it. I do understand what compromise is. But I'm not going to sacrifice what I want anymore. And I'm definitely not going to lose myself in a relationship anymore. Friendship, family, coworker, or romantic partner. I'm not losing I made that promise to myself to never lose myself again. Always keep my happiness. And if I feel like that person is hindering me, you know, God give me the strength to walk away. Love you guys. Y'all be great. My name is Tina Wolf. Bookwithtina.com is my website. Make sure that you compliment at least 5 people a day, because you never know whose life you can change. You never know whose vibration you can raise up. And you never know what door of opportunity you can open up. And thank you I welcomed you into my home so you can see my home. Thank you, thank you, thank you for listening and supporting. I love you guys. Be great. Have a great day. Bye.